Welcome to Clearfly's Basic Portal Training. My name is Tom Hall, and I will be your host for the next 20 to 30 minutes. Today's training is going to cover the Clearfly Portal from a basic overview standpoint. Before we get started, just a couple things about the Zoom meeting. Everyone here is on a webinar, which means that all of you folks are currently muted. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or feedback, please feel free to go ahead and press the raise hand button at the bottom of your screen. At that point in time, I will be notified and I will unmute you, and you can ask whatever question or provide any feedback that you may have. There's also a chat function that is available. Same scenario, you just click the chat button at the bottom of your screen. You can send me a message. You can send it to me privately. Again, my name is Tom Hall, or you can send it to the group. Once I receive that message, I will either answer it verbally or I will respond via the chat function. I'm going to go ahead and assume that you're all hearing me. If you are not hearing me, the audio information is on the screen. So let's go ahead and get started. So as I said, this is a very basic overview of the Clearfly Portal. There are some additional trainings that are available over the next couple of weeks that will dig into each of these sections that I'll cover today quite deep. Understanding Sales Dashboard follows this presentation. There's also a customer e-sign process also later today. The times listed here are my time zone, which I'm in the Pacific Standard Time. So if you're looking at the training schedule at Clearfly's website, which is clearfly.net/partners/training, those times will be reflected according to your time zone, okay? So these are the three trainings that we've got going on today. Tomorrow we'll cover understanding the management support provisioning dashboard, understanding unified billing dashboard, as well as understanding the payouts dashboard. Next week we dig in even further with how to build quotes, how to add unified billing items, how to remove those, create tickets, and as you can see, quite a few training classes for next week. All right, so when you first log into the Clearfly Portal, you're going to see a screen very similar to this. All right, this is where you're going to enter your username and password. Your username is always your email address, and the password is going to be something that you set. If you have never been into the Clearfly Portal, you most likely have received an email, and that email will have the password included, at which time you can go ahead and change that. So let's go ahead and log in. This is a demo portal, so it's going to be exactly what you see. Of course, my login information is going to be a little bit different. All right. So depending on your permission levels within the Clearfly Portal and how your account manager within Clearfly has set you up, or your system administrator within your organization, your screen may look a little bit different. All right, you may see the sales dashboard, this first one. You may see the payouts, may see unified billing, may see the management support and provisioning, or you may only see one. So again, that's going to be depending on how the account manager or your administrator has designated your permission levels. All right. Again, I'm not going to go into any of those in great detail, but I will tell you kind of what what purpose they serve. If you think that you need to have access to another one of the dashboards that you may not already have, again, just reach out to your administrator and or the account manager within Clearfly. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So anytime you get kind of confused as to where you are, or you need to go back, if you simply click on the logo up on the top, it's going to be your home button. Going across the top blue section of the portal, the search bar is incredibly helpful, all right? Especially for you folks that have quite a few accounts. If you're looking for a specific account, maybe you need to generate a new quote for them, maybe from a support standpoint or a project management standpoint, you need to get in and look at a project or maybe open a ticket. The search bar is incredibly handy. I use it all the time. So you can enter a phone number. You can enter a business name. So for example, in this demo portal, Widgets is a company. So we can go ahead and type in Widgets, and it's going to take us right to that account. Okay. So the search bar is super helpful, and it's really, really good at, you know, if you misspell something, it's going to give you a list. So real intuitive there. The check mark on here tells you the Clearfly status. So if we click on that, it's going to tell you if we currently have any incidents going on within our Clearfly network. It's also going to tell you if we have any maintenance scheduled. All right. If a customer calls in and you take a phone call and they say they're having some issues, the first thing you should do is click the checkbox, and it will tell you if we have any network issues. Okay. If there's nothing there, then you're going to want to dig a little bit deeper and possibly open up a ticket within the customer's account itself. The question mark here is just for feedback regarding the portal itself. All right. So that feedback regarding your account manager, not feedback regarding services or products. It's going to be feedback specifically for the portal. So if you have some suggestions, you can go ahead and click the check box and go ahead and click feedback on this page and provide some information, and we will get notified. All right. The person icon, that is your profile button. So if you click on there, there's a couple good things about this. Before I get into editing profile or changing password is self-explanatory. Email subscriptions. So if we click on the email subscriptions, it's going to pull up a list of emails that you can subscribe to within Clearfly. So if you want to get notified anytime there is a training that's available, you're going to want to go ahead and subscribe to the training list. If you'd like to subscribe to the implementation list, so maybe you're a project manager within your organization and you want to receive any type of implementation mailings, go ahead and subscribe to that. Same scenario with sales and any type of technical emails that may come out, you're going to want to subscribe there. And also any outage notifications or maintenance issues. Okay. So again, by default, you're not subscribed to any of those. So you'll want to go in there if you're interested and go ahead and subscribe. All right. Let's talk about the edit function. So if you click on edit your profile, you can go ahead and put your photo or something of interest to you right here by simply going to change at Gravatar and click on that link. You can go ahead and upload your photo. All right. If your name's misspelled for some reason, you can correct that. For anybody that may have a name change, same scenario. All right, so you can come in here and alter your name. If you could add your title, location, if you would like. But it is incredibly important to make sure that the time zone is set properly. All right, so that way, anytime you're looking at the portal, anytime you're entering a ticket, anytime that you're doing anything that has a timestamp to it, it's going to show your time zone. All right. Same scenario with the phone number. Oftentimes the phone number gets missed. If you have a direct ID number, go ahead and put that in as your primary phone number or your secondary one. Other things you can do on the edit profile portion is you can go ahead and auto watch on tickets. What that means is anytime a ticket is created for your organization or for any of your customers, you're automatically going to be assigned as a watcher to that ticket. So again, if your role within the organization is a project manager or a support personnel, and you want to auto watch a ticket, you can go ahead and enable that function. Same scenario with projects. Of course, if you're watching a ticket and it is irrelevant to you, you can remove yourself from that. We will be covering that portion when we get into covering or creating tickets, which will be next week. All right. This is really an administrative role. It's receiving suspension notices. So anytime a customer receives a suspension notice from Clearfly, you will get notified at the same time of the customer gets notified. Same scenario if you're a sales manager and you want to auto watch any quote that is created, there is that capability as well. If your organization requires two-step authentication, you can go ahead and set that up. You can have that second authentication either via SMS, so a text message, a hardware token, or an authenticator app like Authy. All right. Most people are choosing SMS. I'm sure that many of you have already seen that working. Anytime you log into your bank account online, they may send you a text message, and really that is just a verification that you are who you are. All right. At this point in time, Clearfly is not requiring that. In the near future, we may, mainly to protect ourselves, your information, and your customers' information. But if that day comes, or when it comes, we will make sure that all of you are aware that you'll need to set up a two-step authentication. And again, the way that you do that is once you log into the Clearfly portal, you're going to come up to your profile button, and you're going to edit your profile, and you're going to come down and set that up. All right. So let's go back to the home page. So we've covered the very top portion of the portal. Now let's run down the left side. So the recent views is really going to look different for each and every one of you. It's really going to be just what it says. It's where you've been within the portal most recently. All right. The number of links that are shown are really going to depend on how many places you've been, as well as how you're viewing the portal. All right. So if you're looking at a computer screen, it's definitely going to show more recent views than if you were looking at it via your mobile device, whether it's a tablet or a cell phone. All right. The top two quick links are always going to be there. They're incredibly important, they're useful, and that is why we have set those up at the very top. Service verification. If you ever have a question whether Clearfly can provide service to a specific area, you can simply come in, click service verification, enter the zip code or the first 6 digits of a phone number, and at that point, it's going to come up as saying verified, or which is going to be green, or it's going to say unsupported. So this is a demo portal, so it's really not going to show that, but let me pull over a live portal view. And in here, if we go ahead and type in my zip code, which is 89123, and click search, it's going to say Las Vegas, which is where I'm located at, and Clearfly can serve that area. Okay, let's see if I have one that does not. Just quickly here. I think 68840 is a rural area. It is in Nebraska. So in this scenario, Clearfly cannot provide service in Gibbon, Nebraska. All right. So again, it's very rare that we cannot provide service in a specific market, but there are rural areas or areas that are serviced by an independent rural telco, And in those marketplaces, unfortunately, we cannot provide service. So this is just a quick check. Same scenario with phone numbers. If I put in my first 6 digits of my number, it's going to come up and it's going to say served. All right, so if it's green, we're good to go. If it's red, unfortunately, we cannot provide service. All right, let me get rid of that one again. Tickets, any tickets that are currently open. And again, if you do not have customer management permissions within the portal, you're not going to see those. But if you do, and there are any tickets for any of your accounts, if you click on the tickets link at the top left, it will list out all of those tickets. All right, so let's go ahead and move into the middle section here. The middle sections, again, as I mentioned earlier, may look a little bit different depending on your permission levels. The sales dashboard here, the sales section, is really to build and view quotes and proposals. All right. Again, I'm not going to cover that in great detail, but I will show you what it looks like. If we click on the dashboard, it's simply going to give information about your company. It's going to list out who the account manager is within Clearfly that handles your account. And it's just going to give some other information that we will cover in the next session. It's going to have a couple tabs here: quotes, proposals, rates, commissions, and late accounts. The payout account, again, if you have access to that, it's going to list out your payout account. What a payout account is Clearfly provides a commission to you folks for every opportunity and new customer that you bring aboard. So that one is going to list out all of your accounts that it's going to list out your account. If we click into that further, it's going to list out all of your accounts that have paid and that you will be receiving commissions for. Unified billing. Unified billing is something that we created at a dealer's request roughly a year ago, and it allows you to add your own line items to Clearfly's invoice, and Clearfly will go ahead and invoice that customer, collect those payments, and pay you back for those. We're also responsible for tax collection and remittance of taxes. So quite handy. Again, we're not going to cover that in great detail at this moment. Management and support and provisioning is really a project management or the technical side of the portal. And within here, you can quickly see that there's two current projects going on. There's 6 orders, which really make up some of these projects. And it also gives you the authorizations within your company that have access to the Clearfly portal. So we'll just take a quick look at that. Again, in this demo here, Joe Smith, which is myself, for the purposes of this demo, I'm listed here, and I am an admin, and I have permission levels for all of those categories. All right. Account access is, again, all of your accounts, projects, or any pending projects, typically new or ads. And then the orders are individual orders that are typically tied to the projects. Again, there's a payout account tab. These are reports that are available, which I will cover in another session next week. All right. Other things on the Clearfly portal that are useful. The links on the very bottom of the portal. So there's a frequently asked question link. If you click on that, it takes you to the frequently asked questions in the Clearfly's website. All right. Some useful information. You know, if a customer asks you, well, how do I dial international? They can go ahead and you can reference this page to them, and it'll give that information. What codecs does Clearfly support? So again, just frequently asked questions that we hear often. This list continues to grow as questions become more and more frequent. The KB is a knowledge base. And again, if you click on that, it's going to take you back to the Clearfly website, to our knowledge base. And there's also some good information in here. International calling tiers, what those are. You can also download the international rates. How do you activate the service, and what are our test numbers, and so forth. So again, it's definitely worth the look. The blog function here, or link, isn't really being used at this point. We're currently in the process of revamping our website. Once that is revamped, we may or may not use a blog. We do have the Clearfly community, which functions very similar. The documents sections, again, you click on that, it's a link to the service schedule. In that service schedule, there is the SLAs. So if a customer is wanting to know our service level agreements, you can go ahead and click that service schedule. Again, it's a demo, so it's not going to populate, but it would typically take you to the document itself, and you can go ahead and save that and send it to the customer. The tools link is really useful. There's a couple things. Most of you folks sell our standard trunks, which means it includes local and long distance, so local calling areas are not all that important. However, some of you do sell metered SIP trunks, which means that the local calling is free, and anything outside of the local calling area is charged at a per minute rate. If you're curious to know what the local calling area is for a specific phone number, you're going to go ahead and click on that link. You're going to enter the first 6 digits, and it will tell you. Again, this is a demo portal, so let me drag my portal back over, go to tutorials, not tutorials, sorry. Go to tools, go to local calling area. I'll enter my phone number, 702-205. And hit search. It's going to show me for Vegas, local calling is Jean, Nevada, Las Vegas, Searchlight, Mount Charleston, and Nelson, okay, and Laughlin as well. All right, so you can check that if you are selling metered SIP trunks and the customer wants to know what local calling is. Other things within here, international rates. Again, if the customer wants to know what their international charge is going to be, you can simply type in the phone number, we're going to look it up, or you can download all rates. It will be a .csv file, and it will be current to what the current rates are for every country and number in the world. All right. Other things on the tools. Service verification, again, it's just a link back to the service verification under quick links, and there's a speed test. The speed test is going to be a speed test back to our equipment, so it's incredibly accurate. The thing with speed tests is it's just a simple snapshot of a given moment at a given time. So if they have a lot of extra bandwidth being utilized at any given moment, it may not be a true reflection. So my suggestion has always been, if you're going to run a speed test, do a couple of them throughout the day, and that way you've got a better picture of what type of jitter and latency that they may have. All right. The tutorials is a link to the trainings that are being recorded, and any trainings that are recorded will be on our YouTube channel. And again, the tutorials is going to take you to this page, and you can click on the YouTube link, and it'll take you to Clearfly's YouTube channel. Status is really useful as well, very similar to the the Clearfly status button up at the top of the portal. So very similar to this, but it provides you with some more detailed information. It actually breaks down our network into different segments. So the Clearfly Portal is currently operational. We're having no issues with it. Our voice network is operational. e-Fax server is operational. Our data network, we're having no issues as well. Text messaging, so SMS or MMS messaging, that's also fully operational. And any third-party network, so any of our upstream carriers are not reporting any issues to us. So again, you know, if you want to know exactly what's going on within the Clearfly's network, you're going to come to status, you're going to click there, and it's going to be a deeper dive. It's also going to list out any past incidences if there were any, okay? Lastly, privacy is just the privacy statement. Not really all that relevant, but the community is. So the community link takes you to, we're going to call it a bulletin board if you're familiar with that. The bulletin board or the community, Clearfly community, is a place where you can post questions, add suggestions, make comments. Not only will Clearfly see those posts, but as will all of the other dealers that are registered. And it's really great. So if you have a unique situation, for example, and maybe it's specific to your PBX, and you'd like to get some feedback from some of the other Clearfly partners and see if they've actually experienced the same scenario, you can feel free to go ahead and post it right there. And we've got a great dealer network, and oftentimes they will have some suggestions or recommendations for you. So a lot of the improvements that happen within Clearfly itself happens because of suggestions or recommendations that are posted here on the Clearfly community. And that is really pretty much all I was going to cover on this session. We're about 3 minutes ahead of schedule, so let me just throw up the contact information at Clearfly. The 3 account managers at Clearfly are Sam Johnson, Bob Jenkins, Rob Lewis, and there's their phone numbers and their emails. My name is Tom Hall. I am kind of a jack of all trades. I support those 3 guys. I also work with the orders and the provisioning department as well as the support department. So if you have any questions and unable to reach your primary contact, feel free to contact me anytime. I am always available and would be happy to help you out. All right, well, thank you so much. That concludes today's session on the basic portal overview. So again, I hope to see you folks on some additional trainings and look forward to supporting you from a Clearfly's perspective.